Motornet! Welcome back to Mutton Shop Gaming. I'm Mutton Shop Gamer, and I can't find my regular camera this week, so you're gonna have to deal with this one. And it's finals week, you know what that means! It's the Free Flash Rundown! This is where I take a look at 10 random Flash games all over the internet during finals week, and just rate them pass or fail since I didn't have time to do a real, actual critique this week. So, let's stop wasting time. Here is the final Flash Rundown 2.
Toss the turtle!
Think of it as a modified Flappy Bird. A turtle that looks like Squirtle on the title screen is shot out of a cannon, and your goal is to make him go as far as possible. You get 3 shots to keep him moving greater distances in the air. Eventually, you earn enough money to buy more items to increase flight time. The aesthetics aren't too special, but they're nice and they carry the game along. Overall, I give this game a pass.
Goin Up!
Made by the same folks behind Toss the Turtle is Goin Up. You're a demon, I think, and your goal is just to go up. You also get upgrades and abilities by killing enemies on your way up. It reminds me of DoodleGod in a way. The aesthetic style is similar to that of Toss the Turtle, but one gameplay issue kills it for me. It's disorienting to control so fast horizontally when compared to your vertical speed. It makes the controls feel slippery. Now, I unlocked a wall jump ability that may have made the game more enjoyable, but they remove the walls eventually. This makes the game much harder because the game didn't make me learn the skills I needed to continue the game. This shows that the designers didn't take the dominant strategy theory of game design into account. See, they expect you to learn how to jump onto the enemies, but due to the difficulty of the control, you find it's much quicker and more effective to wall jump. When they take away the walls a long time later, you're expected to be good at jumping on enemies, which you won't be. Most people will then rage quit as a result. It's for that reason alone I have to fail this game.
Castle Cat!
Now this is a piece of crap. I would say the story is like He-Man's, but it isn't. It is He-Man's story. Just listen.
At the center of the universe, at the border between the light and the dark, stands Castle Grayskull.
If you find the need to steal your story from He-Man, you're definitely doing it wrong. The aesthetics are atrocious. The music is obnoxious. It's a remix of the Ghostbusters theme. Castle Cat's voice is ripped from Daffy Duck. The visual style is horrible, and the gameplay is the worst thing of all. Slippery platforming, no clear attack for you to perform, and a boss fight at the end of the first level when you don't know how to kill anything. Fail. Wait. How does this game have this high of a rating?
Courage the Cowardly Dog! Creep TV.
Now here's one from my childhood. You play as the titular Courage. Eustace and Muriel are kidnapped into a television, and you have to save them from the TV ghosts. It's a decent point-and-click adventure game, but you use the spacebar, arrow keys, and the mouse for it. I feel like it could have been streamlined if WASD was used instead of the arrow keys. But apparently kids are dumb and they need a more complex control scheme. You can get over this after a while, but it's the initial difficulty of it that may turn you off. I do, however, enjoy the visual style and music. Combine that with the gameplay once you figure it out, and you'll enjoy yourself. Pass.
5 minutes to kill yourself.
Can I kill myself to avoid playing this crappy game? You're an office worker who has 5 minutes to kill yourself before a mandatory meeting. Bad taste aside, the aesthetics aren't that bad. You're on an isometric grid, and the minimalist style is okay. The music makes it sound epic, but like many Flash games, it's cheap and hollow. The gameplay would be alright if it weren't for one major problem. You have to use the arrow keys, which, if you look at an XY axis, has the arrows going along the axes. The isometric grid forces everything to be at 45-degree angles. So while they do what they can to get the arrows to work properly, it's too confusing. Oh, and I broke the game. I'm hitting all the buttons here, and I can't move. I beat it, but I had to restart from the top. Even though there are many different clothing options, this game fails. Hard.
Flight!
Oh, thank goodness, a good game. The story is that a minority girl sees a white family having a materialistic Christmas. She only wants to see her mom for Christmas, so she sends a letter to Santa via paper airplane. Your job is to throw this paper airplane all the way to Santa, meeting other people along the way with their own messages to add to the letter. The gameplay has you throwing the paper airplane and earning money the further you go. It's like Toss the Turtle in that way, only instead of clicking to make it fly further, you earn upgrades that let you control your flight ever so slightly. The music and art are also very good. It's pleasing to the eye, pleasing to the ear, pleasing to the entertainment-hungry mind, and pleasing to the heart. This game gets a hearty pass.
DoodleGod!
This story is that you are some form of deity combining various elements to make new elements. While I enjoy the art style quite a bit, the puzzles become less about logic to have I tried this with this yet? And the more items you unlock, the more possibilities there are. Though you get hints after time has passed, that is not good gameplay. Having to wait for a hint to tell you how to solve a puzzle isn't good design. It only shows that you wanted to make puzzles that could only be solved by guessing. I'm sorry, I know this is a popular game, but I have to give it a fail.
Sonny!
Another Armor Games title? I should just call this the Armor Games Rundown. You were on a boat, but you died. You're woken up as a zombie in a JRPG-style world. Something about the art style turns me off. It's well crafted, but I'm not sure I like it. The music is pretty good, though. My issue with this game is that the tutorials are longer than they need to be. Sometimes they use a voice for too long, but other sections use huge dialogue boxes. I don't doubt that you can get into it after you've gone through the long tutorials. And the setup for a story is nice, but the game has to keep me interested in order to compete with all the other Flash games on the internet. I'm sorry, but I still have 2 more games to look at, and I'm not that interested. Fail.
Idiot test!
Wow, I must really be scraping the bottom of the barrel here. No story, just a quiz. Aesthetically speaking, it's poor. Like, no music made in Microsoft Paint poor. And the gameplay is confusing. See, every square is technically a rectangle according to the laws of geometry. Though every rectangle may not be a square, I should be able to click on any of these, and it doesn't count. But look! I passed! I'm brilliant! I don't care what you say in the comments for me saying some of the games here failed because of some pretentious game design bull. This game says I am brilliant, no matter what you say! Oh, and the game fails.
Cannonball Follies!
Now here's an old one I remember from the 90s. You are Yosemite Sam in a boat, trying to shoot cannonballs into baskets. Now, it's not nearly as good as I remember. There's no music, and though the visuals match the Looney Tunes style well, the gameplay is just sucky. You control the aim and power of the cannon, but it completely resets after every shot, whether you made it or you failed. Unless you remembered the exact number of times you pressed each button, you won't be able to make the shot. As much as I hate to admit it, Angry Birds is the better game, and I used to think it was just a ripoff of this game. That doesn't change my opinion that Angry Birds is overrated, but I at least have more appreciation for it. And if a game makes me appreciate Angry Birds more, you know it definitely fails.
Well, that was fun. I'll have a full review next week, but until then, that's it, and I'll see you all next week.